Okay, so when you are finished putting your apples inside, you want to dab the top of your pie with butter. The whole purpose of that is to have a little bit of fat that congeals with the flour, and that's going to be a thickening agent for your pie so that it's not real runny when you eat it. If you freeze your pie, you might want to increase your flour content to 3 tablespoons because there tends to be more liquid when freezing it. To avoid that, you can bake it after it's thawed. Either way it works. It takes a little bit longer to get a browned product when you have a frozen pie, but it's still very tasty. Okay, so you want to roll this out the same way, and you can do so many things with pie to make it just pretty. If you find some small cookie cutters in little shapes like hearts or leaves for the fall, you can decorate your edges with that. I like to be really traditional with my pie, and I'm just going to show you that real traditional method. Remember, you only need it to be as wide as your pie tin. So this one can be a little bit thicker, but you want it to also stretch about 1 inch over the edge of your rim. And I'm a pretty good judge of that, but you can just set again on top, check it out. I'm going to do a couple more rolls and then fold it up. My surface is really well floured from doing a couple of pies. Again, you're going to fold it out to the centers. If I have a lot of excess, I'm just going to take those layers off so that's kind of even around the edges. This pie crust, you want the top to be pretty, so then you're going to take all of the layers and you're going to tuck them under the bottom layer so it doesn't dangle at all. By the way, you see I have red fingernail polish on. That's a big no-no in the food service industry, but this is a home thing. If somebody eats fingernail polish, they'll tell me. So you want to tuck this under, and you can see I have one spot that's a little bit thin, so I'm just going to tuck a little bit of extra dough right there. Then we want to flute the pie. Now if you really think you're incapable of doing this, you can just take a fork and smash it. I think that's kind of ugly. I like to take my thumb and my finger and just push my other finger in there, and that's going to make it nice and pretty. And you're going to do this all the way around. And in factories they have machines that do this, and you can tell when it's an automated pie crust. I used to have students say when they missed the pie lab they had to make up their pies at home, but they would bring me a crust, factory crust made pie, and I'd be like, you didn't make that. And they're like, you can't tell. Yes, I can. And usually factory crusts tend to be a lot more mealy. Now there's one more thing that you want to do. You can cut a design so it's in all 4 layers when it's still folded, but I like to do it on the top like this because I do really simple things. And just put a couple of slits. Sometimes when I have more than one kind of pie, like peach or apple, I make the design on the top different so that I know which one is what. And I'm just going to slide this into the oven. You bake it for 20 minutes at 450, and basically that cooks down your apples, and then you put it in the oven for another 40 minutes at 350, and it should be nice and brown around the edges. That's it. Hope you have fun making your pie.